Let's take a look at this problem. This is a radical equation, so let's refresh our memory on solving radical equations. Our first step is to get a radical by itself. And do not create a fraction. Step 2, raise both sides to a power equal to the index. Step 3, if more radicals, go back to step 1. Step 4, solve for x. And if you have a linear equation, then you use your 4 steps. I'll say 4-step method. If you have a quadratic equation, then you'll use a zero factor property. Some books call that the zero product principle. And then step 5 is to check your answers. So let's take a look at this one. We got square root. And I'm going to change that t to an x. I don't do t's very well. But the only variable I do real well is an x, I think. My writing is not the best. Okay, step 1, get a radical by itself. What I mean by that is you want to get a radical by itself on one side. Nothing in front of it, nothing after it, just, for example, just a square root of something, which is what we have in this problem. So that's done. Step 2 is to raise both sides to a power equal to the index. Now the index is whatever number's in this slot right here. And remember, if there is no number in that slot, it's by default 2. So in this one, we're going to square both sides. So we got square root of 4x plus 1 to the second power is equal to 3 to the second power. Now, whenever your index matches the power you're raising it to, they cancel each other away. So we got 4x plus 1 is equal to 3 squared, which is 9. Step 3. If more radicals, go back to step number 1. We don't have any more radicals, so that's good. Step 4, solve for 224. Maybe I ought to go to bed. Solve for x. There we go. Now, if you got a linear equation, which is what we have here, then you're going to use your 4-step method. Now, 4 steps. First step said to get rid of parentheses. Don't have any. By the way, it's linear because it's x to the first power. Our second step is to get rid of fractions. Don't have any. Third step is to get everything with an x on one side, numbers on the other side. I'm talking about terms. So I'm going to take that positive 1 over to the right side and becomes a negative 1. At any step, combine together numbers. 9 minus 1 is 8. And then our fourth step in that, the fourth step for solving linear equations is divide both sides by number of over x. So we'll divide both sides by 4. And 8 divided by 4 is 2. Now we can't forget our last step is you have to check your answer. So we're going to plug that back into our original problem and see if it works. So we're going to have a square root of 4 times 2 plus 1. And we're wondering if this is equal to 3. Well, 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9, so we got square root of 9. And we're wondering if that's equal to 3. And square root of 9 is 3. So 3 is equal to 3, so it checks. So x equals 2 is our answer.